Russia's Ryazan oil refinery came under a drone strike overnight, causing smoke and flames rise above the city. This was the third attack in less than 3 months on Rosneft's largest oil refinery. The governor of Ryazan region, Pavel Malkov, said debris from Ukrainian drones sparked a fire at one of the industrial sites. Falling debris caused a blaze at one enterprise. According to initial information, there were no casualties, and damage is being assessed, he posted on Telegram, adding that air defenses reportedly downed 14 Ukrainian drones over the area. According to the Russian Telegram channel Astra, the target was the Ryazan oil refinery, and after several explosions shook the site, security forces sealed off the area. The refinery, which has an annual capacity of 13.8 million tons, supplies fuel to Moscow and other regions. Ukraine has not commented on the incident yet. This is at least the third Ukrainian strike on the Ryazan refinery since August, with 2 of the plant's 3 main refining units were shutting down after an attack on August 2 and another unit taken offline on September 5, according to Reuters sources. Russia's defense ministry claimed its air defenses intercepted or destroyed 139 Ukrainian drones overnight, including 22 over Belgorod, 21 over Voronezh, 14 over Ryazan, and 13 over Rostov regions. Ukrainian drones also struck deep into Russian territory, hitting an explosives factory in Mordovia and an oil facility in North Caucasus Republic of Dagestan. Mordovia's head, Artyom Zdunov, said the region came under a massive drone attack on October 22, damaging an industrial site later identified by Astra as the Saransk Mechanical Plant, which is part of the Rostec defense conglomerate that makes gunpowder, rocket fuel, and pyrotechnics. Located roughly 700 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, Mordovia is one of the deepest points inside Russia yet hit by Ukrainian drones. Ukrainian drones also reached Dagestan on the Caspian coast. Regional head Sergey Melikov confirmed an enterprise was struck but gave no details. Supernova Plus reported that the likely target was the Dagnefteprodukt oil terminal, the largest in the North Caucasus, while other sources pointed to the nearby Dagnotech refinery. These strikes followed a major wave on October 19, when Ukraine targeted oil and gas facilities in Samara and Orenburg regions, about 1,000 to 1,500 kilometers from the front line. Ukrainian drones reportedly hit the Novokuibishevsk oil refinery and the Orenburg gas processing plant, sparking fires and damaging critical units. Since August, Ukraine has intensified its drone campaign against Russian energy infrastructure, with Bloomberg estimating that nearly 1/3 of Russia's refining capacity has been affected. Reports suggest that under U.S. President Donald Trump, Washington has secretly shared intelligence to help Kiev strike Russian oil assets in an effort to pressure Moscow into negotiations.
Пизда. Уебали фантомас нахуй.
Atesh agents carried out sabotage at a strategic hub near Myslitz in Chuvashia, temporarily blocking the movement of military echelons. This is reported by Telegram channel of the movement. Our agent successfully carried out sabotage at a strategically important railway junction near Myslitz in the Chuvash Republic. As a result of a pinpoint strike on key infrastructure facilities, the movement of military echelons in a critically important direction was temporarily suspended, the message says. According to the movement's agents, this hub plays a key role in transporting military cargo from factories in the Volga region and the Urals, including equipment, ammunition, and fuel and lubricants. The partisans reported that its disablement paralyzed the enemy's logistics, disrupting timely deliveries to the front and forcing the occupiers to redirect cargo along longer routes, which caused cascading failures in supplies. Earlier, agents of the partisan movement Atesh carried out successful sabotage on the railway infrastructure in the Novocherkassk area of the Rostov region of the Russian Federation. It is noted that the purposeful influence on the control system disrupted the schedule of movement of echelons with military equipment and personnel. This railway junction is key for transferring ammunition, weapons, and personnel to the south. It is through Novichokhovsk that the occupiers regularly supply artillery shells and rockets for multiple launch rocket systems, the message says. Atesh indicates that the node's failure created a chain reaction of delays in critically important supplies for the occupation groups. In particular, a violation of the transportation schedule will directly affect the intensity of shelling of Ukrainian cities and the combat capability of enemy units. Recently, drones struck the Tingovatovo oil pumping station near the village of Konar in Russia's Chuvash Republic, according to statements from regional officials. The facility, located about 950 to 1,000 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, is part of the Kuibyshev-Tykharetsk pipeline, which delivers crude oil to the Black Sea port of Novorossiysk. Ukrainian troops have captured more than 50 Russian soldiers during an operation to liberate the village of Kucherov Yar in eastern Donetsk region. Ukrainian paratroopers, including the 132nd Separate Reconnaissance Battalion, have driven Russian invaders out of the village of Kucherov Yar in Donetsk region, the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces reported on Wednesday. The General Staff also published a video showing the paratroopers raising the blue and yellow Ukrainian flag in Kucherov Yar and taking Russian soldiers prisoner who surrendered raising a white flag. Ukrainian warriors raised the national flag in the liberated village, a symbol of the return of life, freedom, and strength of spirit. Step by step, Ukraine is reclaiming its own land, the air assault forces of Ukraine said in a statement. Located 40 kilometers from the embattled Pokrovsk city, Kucherov Yar was captured by Russian forces in August 2025 during the breakthrough toward Dobropilya direction. Earlier, Captain Hryhoriy Shapoval, spokesperson for the East Group of Forces, said Russian army units had previously entered the outskirts of Kucherov Yar and Shakov in Donetsk, adding that however, the fighting continued and the situation remained under the control of Ukraine's defense forces. The capture of Kucherov Yar is significant as it lies on a direction of advance for Ukrainian forces aiming to stabilize or regain territory in Donetsk region. Due to its frontline position, the village has been heavily impacted by the war that started with Russia's full-fledged invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. The liberation of Kucherov Yar came as Russian forces continue offensive pressure on multiple fronts in Donetsk, the region that the Russian aims capturing fully by the end of 2025. However, according to Ukrainian sources, that timeline has been delayed into 2026. Ukrainian troops have been fighting back Russia's heavy shelling, missile strikes and drone attacks on the region, including on civilian infrastructure.